What if the life you've built and worked so hard for no longer fits? Would you change it? How? That was me. My parents escaped the Vietnam War with just 25 cents in their pockets. My dad, he lost his entire family. My mom made it out with hers, but when they arrived to America, they had nothing. We started off living in a trailer. Then we upgraded to a 100-year-old house in small-town Pennsylvania. It was the kind of house everyone swore was haunted. My babysitter even put a knife underneath my pillow to keep the ghosts away. True story. My father, he worked 3 jobs. Night shifts, hard labor, whatever it took to give us a future. Eventually, my parents opened a luxury salon and spa. They became successful. I'm so proud of them. They taught me about work ethic, about sacrifice, about chasing success because they didn't want me to struggle the way they did. But success came with a price. They saw it in me. They saw my joy was fading. Be a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, they said. Something safe, something secure. So I did. I became a dentist to make them proud and because I truly loved helping people. Dentistry is a beautiful profession. It is precise, it's intimate, perfect for the perfectionists like me, at least on paper. But here's what most people don't see. Dentistry is done in millimeters. One small slip, a flick of the tongue, a flinch, and you may have to start all over again. Patients don't notice, but I do. I scrutinized every detail of my work because in my world, good enough isn't good enough. And while I'm smoothing and concentrating on perfect crown preparation, my earpiece buzzes. Dr. Thai, room 1 is ready. Dr. Thai, room 2 isn't numb. Room 3 has a question. Dr. Thai, Dr. Thai, Dr. Thai. And meanwhile, I have a 6'4", muscular, tattooed man gripping the chair like I'm about to amputate his leg. Really? I'm a short, 4'11" girl holding a tiny needle, and you're covered in tattoos. And he asks, are we done yet? And I'm thinking, we barely even started. But the truth is, patients are awake. They see the needles, they hear the drill, they feel vulnerable. I see it in their eyes. And because I wanted them to feel safe, I absorbed it. Their stress, their anxiety, their fear. Day after day, it drained me. Until one day, I carried too much. I was 3 months pregnant, still pushing through the pressure, the pace, the perfection. In the middle of prepping a bridge, I felt a sharp pain deep in my stomach. I whispered to my patient, I'll be right back, and ran to the restroom. I pulled down my pants, and there was blood. Lots of it. I saw clots. I saw tissue. I knew I was miscarrying. I cried. I washed my hands, looked in the mirror, forced a smile on my face, and went back to finish that bridge because my patient was still waiting. She needed me. And in that moment, I chose her pain over mine. That wasn't the first time I've had a miscarriage. I've had 8. But the doctors kept telling me I was healthy, but they couldn't explain why. Today, I believe I know why. Stress, the kind that hijacks your hormones, inflames your body, and tells it this isn't a safe place to grow life. Stress isn't just a feeling. It's physiological. I wasn't just losing pregnancies. I was losing myself. For many, dentistry is an incredible and fulfilling career. But for me, it came with a cost I could no longer afford. And then, a shift. One morning, my dental assistant came in crying. Her healthy, active father had just had a heart attack. The doctors discovered he had undiagnosed sleep apnea, a condition strongly linked to heart disease. A week later, she asked me, "Did you know that dentists can treat this?" That moment changed my life. I dove into the research, and this is what I found. Sleep apnea means you stop breathing while you're sleeping, sometimes 10, 20, even 100 times per hour. It often begins with snoring. How many of you snore? Okay, who's being truthful? Have you ever shared a room with someone who snored so loudly you thought the walls were going to fall down? They sound a little something like this. And you're this close to grabbing a pillow and smothering them. Okay, you know who you are. But the truth is, they already feel like they're being smothered. They just don't know it. See, snoring is a sound of the airway starting to close. Eventually, it may close completely, and that's when your body jolts you awake to breathe. Millions live this way every night, barely reaching deep or REM sleep, waking up exhausted, their bodies trapped in fight or flight mode. The stress leads to inflammation, and the inflammation leads to disease. Disease such as high blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, weight gain, sexual dysfunction, anxiety, depression, even memory loss. Do any of you have any of these symptoms or conditions? I didn't realize how widespread or how life-changing treating sleep apnea could be. The gold standard for treatment is CPAP, continuous positive airway pressure. It blows air hard enough to keep the airway open. It is a great treatment option, but for many, they can't handle the mask, the hose, the pressure, the machine. It's just too much. That's where I come in. As a dentist, I pursued years of additional training to understand how sleep affects the body and how we can restore it. I decided to dedicate my entire professional life to helping people sleep better and live longer. In my practice, I offer oral appliance therapy. They're small, custom-fit devices that gently reposition the jaw to keep the airway open. They are quiet, comfortable, and convenient. And people actually use them. But this wasn't just clinical. This was deeply personal. I had a patient, a sweet young 18-year-old girl who came in because of her dad. For as long as she can remember, her dad has always been tired. He'd come home from work, sit on the couch, and when she would ask him to play, he'd say, "I'm too tired." She said she thought maybe he didn't care. After we treated him, He laughed. He played. He took the family out. He started working out. She said, it's like I have a brand new dad. But she needed help too. She was snoring, exhausted, struggling in school. We treated her. Her grades went up. Her energy came back. That wasn't one patient. That was an entire family transformed. And once I saw that, I couldn't unsee it. This became my calling. But I knew I couldn't do it alone. Because sleep apnea not only affects the airway, it affects the brain, the heart, the hormones. That's why I work alongside physicians across multiple specialties, because true healing requires many perspectives. Each of us sees a part of the puzzle, but healing happens together. For me, this wasn't just a new specialty. It was a reinvention. I didn't just change careers. I changed the way I lived, the way I loved, the way I defined success. So maybe you're there now. Maybe the thing that doesn't fit is your job, your health, your identity, your relationship. So how do you pivot? Not with a soft reset, but with real, lasting change. Here are the 5 steps I used to rebuild my life. Step 1, tell the truth out loud. Tell someone. Where are you pretending it's fine when it's not? Step 2, ask better questions. Not, why did I waste so much time? But ask, what am I tolerating that's draining me? What do I truly want? Step 3, take one uncomfortable action. Have the hard conversation. Sign up for the course to level up your skills. Just start. Step 4, audit your environment. Who are you listening to? Find mentors and friends who've done what you want to do. Surround yourself by people who will lift you higher. And step 5, make it real. Write it down, break it down, add deadlines. These steps are simple, but they're not always easy. You won't get them perfect every day, but you don't have to. What counts is that you keep showing up for yourself. And here's the part that matters the most. Big change doesn't come from one massive leap. It comes from small steps done consistently every single day. That's what transforms a life. And this work didn't just give me a new purpose. It gave me time. Time to be present with my son, Connor. My miracle I once feared I would never have. And if you're thinking, it's too late, I'm too far in, I'm nearly 50, and I've never felt more alive. My parents wanted stability, success, and family. But my mom, more than anything, wanted to see me smile again. She's here with me today. She has rapidly progressing dementia. She may only remember 10 seconds of my talk. But I want to look at her and say, Mommy, I found my joy. And to everyone listening, if the life you've built no longer fits, not failure. That's the start of your next chapter. And the best part, you don't have to do it alone. Because the future we create, it's written together. Thank you.